the story for some time. Finally have time. So, oh, it's only and it's still story 1. So, okay, so that's good. So, I don't have to worry about story 2 right now. I can do that later. So let's go ahead and do the story 1 right now. While I have time. Right, Reborn Evil Part 1. Let's do it. You should wait. Go through. There we go. Records. Alright. Let's start from the beginning. Now for our next report. Over the past few days, a series of missing persons cases have been reported across the arc. That's not enough. Okay, I think should be good. Central government has issued an official statement saying that the incidents cannot be classified as serial disappearances. Click. Case number 1. Missing person, Miles Carter. That's a very generic name. Male, 45, former commander. 183 centimeters, 80 kilograms. Last seen leaving his home around 11 p.m. His daughter filed a report with the ACPU 2 days after his disappearance. Notable information. Lost his leg during an operation on the surface and has a long history of alcohol use. Wow. I mean, I guess it's not really a surprise as to why he has alcohol abuse. But anyway, recently began counseling at the urging of his daughter. Those around him say he had been showing improvement and was 2 months into sobriety. Counseling? Which counseling center? Confirmation required. Okay, so they don't know where he went for counseling. Meanwhile, the rapture part discovered at the home of the missing person was said to be debris from a unit destroyed during the recent terrorist attack on Ark. And the central government has decided that it is unrelated to the current missing persons case. However, some have raised suspicions of a cover-up, fueling ongoing controversy. Click. Case number 4. Missing person Iris Monroe. Okay, that's another generic ass name. Female, 68, former nurse. 154 centimeters, 53 kilograms. I don't know how it translates to feeding units. I don't remember. Oh, well, actually, hold on. Well, that's approximately... Oh, centimeters? I forgot how many centimeters are in. I forgot. I do kind of know. I think kilograms is probably around 120 pounds, right? I think. Approximately. Last seen around 10 a.m. after leaving to attend and gathering with acquaintances. At around 7 p.m. the same day, her son found a report with ACPU. Authorities visited her residence immediately after the report was filed, but it was empty. Preliminary findings at the scene suggest the entire family has gone missing. Wow, that's nuts. Huh. Case classified as a family disappearance. That's crazy. Notable information. No signs of forced entry. A rapture part was found in the basement. A gathering with acquaintances, unable to verify details. The rapture part was placed on some kind of altar, but for what purpose? Okay. Now I have an idea. Now, the altar definitely fires my neurons because, like, you know, Resident Evil altar, like Resident Evil is usually like cult stuff and whatnot, you know. Or well, at least for like some of the previous entries, right? Like Resident Evil 5 or Village or 4. I think, yeah, those have like cult stuff in it, occult stuff. Anyways, conspiracy theories suggesting that the groundwork is being laid for a second Ark terror attack, fueling widespread anxiety among the general populace. Click. Oh, sorry. Case number 8. Missing person Elsaria 9. Female, 42, psychological counselor. Oh, wait, she's the counselor? Wow, that's crazy. 167 centimeters, 55 kilograms. Exact time of disappearance unknown. Reported missing to the ACPU by her last client. Notable information. Operated a counseling center. Confirmed to be the same center where Miles Carter underwent counseling. Yeah. Okay, that's just what I thought. Has a daughter named Daypara. No contact with the daughter as of yet. Also missing. Why did the daughter fail to report her mother's disappearance? That is a good question. Very mysterious so far. This is no good. Polly puts the pen down. Oh, okay, so it's Polly writing down, like, the hints and clues she's found. Polly's eyes shift from the case file to the computer monitor beside her. At the partition leading to the outer rim. The young girl glances around and slips inside. The face of the girl captured on CCTV was Daypara. It was unmistakably Daypara as identified in the file for case and ringing. This is the only lead I've got. Can't afford to lose this trail out. Alright guys. It's gonna be time for me to sleep in an hour. Right, can't afford to lose this trail at all. Polly grabs the sidearm. I hope it's nothing serious. She sets out from the police station. Case number 9. Missing person. Polly. Wait, what? Wait, Polly's man too? What? Huh? How? ACP investigator. Went missing during the investigation. Confirmed last seen heading for the outer rim. All signs point to pursuing Daypara alone. Notable information. Confirmed to have visited the counseling center operated by Alceria 9 on the day of her disappearance. The center is currently decommissioned. Entry is not permitted. Recently, a phrase has been reported to be circulating among staff. Umbrella will pave the way forward for us. Okay. So, there's Umbrella. Fuck, man. Even Polly went missing. That's fucked. Damn. Right on time. Hello, Anderson. Take a seat. I heard a D-wave was detected? Yes. It was 2 weeks ago. A D-wave triggered by the entity code named Gatekeeper was picked up. 2 weeks ago, you said? Why wasn't I notified immediately? We had to confirm a few things. The D-wave wasn't detected on the surface this time. It came from inside the Ark. Huh? We're personally picking up D-wave signals from a mansion located in the Outer Rim. If we move too hastily, there's a risk of the D-wave being exposed to external parties. This could reignite tensions with the Outer Rim, especially since the dust has only just settled from the last Outer Rim incident. As such, the central government has decided to handle this case with extreme caution. Which brings me to my point. Have you ever heard of the Torch of Salvation? Torch of Salvation? I've heard it before when I was working for a case helping a girl, Daypara, search for her mother. Aren't they the code that worships raptures as gods? It seems you're well informed. Take a look at this. Anderson hands me a document. The document reads, Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist with thy feeble human strength. The end is nigh, God. Guide these foolish mortals to the reckoning. Is it prayer? Where did we recovered this near the mansion where the D-wave was detected? It's supposedly a prayer recited at the Torch of Salvation's gatherings. And also, that mansion has been identified. Oh boy. Oh, sorry guys. That mansion has been identified as a gathering site for the Torch of Salvation. We shouldn't go charging in head first. Unless we want a complete fiasco on our hands, the most reliable method is to infiltrate the tracks by posing as a believer. That's why we spent the last 2 weeks gathering all available intel on the Torch of Salvation. Intel that will be used to help you infiltrate and recover. What? Commander's like, what? Your task is simple. Memorize the materials we compiled. Disguise yourself as a believer of the Torch of Salvation. Then enter the mansion and investigate the situation regarding the D-Wave. Once you're there, resolve any related incidents you encounter. You want me to go undercover? I've heard a lot about your infiltration skills. Word is you've used that skill to close the book on several major cases. We're counting on you to put those skills to good use once more. Just so you know, the counters won't be accompanying you in this mission. Moving around the outer rim with such prominent individuals poses too great a risk. Instead, we arrange a separate support group. Return to the commander's room. You'll meet them there. They'll brief you on the remaining mission details. Deputy Chief, are you saying? That'll be all. I have a very important meeting to attend. Well done. I look forward to hearing good news from you. Hold on, I'm seeing how loud is my voice. Okay, and it's not that loud. Alright, we're good. Alright, we're gonna meet, I mean, it's ACPU, right? Except Polly, I guess. It's apparently Polly went missing somehow. He said to meet them back at the commander's room, but it's awfully quiet in here. Guess I'll just sit and wait. I sink into the couch and everything Anderson has just told me comes flooding back. The D-Wave, the Outer Rim, the Mansion, and the Torch of Salvation. Never thought I'd hear that name again. A memory of something I saw on the surface hits me abruptly. A small altar in the middle of a clearing and a blade of unknown purpose. People lying around as if they're asleep. Each of them holding a rapture part in their hands. That's so weird. Isn't that weird? Why worship a rapture? You know, well, just quick tangent, guys. Well, now that I think about it, maybe they like worship the rapture, worship raptures, but maybe they like place the same face in the raptures as kind of like Red Shoes wanted to create the corruption, right? I don't know. I guess for some reason they want the raptures to burn the world down, I guess, or something like that. Kind of like Red Shoes in Dupa 5 anniversary. I don't know, maybe. But anyways, let's keep going. I realized I've been entrusted with a mission far greater than I anticipated. My mind is racing. Maybe a splash of water will help clear my head. Drip, drip. Sound of a running faucet can be heard from the bathroom. Did I forget to turn off the water? Rapid fine sound, I should forgot. Whoa, what's going on? Huh? My nose burns. I glance at the mirror and see blood flowing. Just like the people I saw near the altar back then. Blood fills the sink. Aren't you being a bit dramatic? I thought you would use this by now. What the? Hey, you okay? The blood that filled the sink has completely vanished. I glance back to the mirror again. D and K are standing behind me. Yeah, I'm fine. So you're at the backup Anderson was talking about? We'll wait outside. Pull yourself together and come out when you're ready. Cool, so we got D and K. I mean, I love D. I don't know anything about K, so it's gonna be interesting. I love D though. D is awesome. Or at least Killer Wife D, right? But anyways. As missing persons reports continue to pour in, the central government has stated it would take firm action against those who spread false information. Hold on, let me bring up my chat here. He's leaning against the wall with arms crossed. Kay sprawled out on the couch. That's funny. Yeah, I can definitely imagine Kay being all casual on the couch. Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. I want to bring up the stream, make sure everything's working. Okay, it's good. We good. Alright. They're watching the news, both with grim expressions. These days, I hear on TV and stories about people going missing. Get a stroke. I was told to get the mission details directly from both of you. Read out first. We'll talk after. He tosses a stack of documents into the table, then glances back at the news broadcast. Like someone get a word out of her until I'm finished with the entire pile. At the very top of the stack of documents it reads, Case number 1. Missing person Miles Carter. Guess I'll take a look. Okay, so basically what we've went over at the beginning. The setup. You're a fast reader. Now tell me, what exactly is happening in the arc? As the question hangs in the air, my eyes remain fixed on the last page of the document. Case number 9, missing person, Wally. The Cinder government's trying to keep it hush-hush. But as you've just seen, there's been a string of disappearances inside the arc. The missing persons are all of different ages, genders, and backgrounds. One of them's even a NIKKE. At first glance, there doesn't seem to be any obvious link between them. Case slides the document toward me. Case number 8. Missing person, Syria 9. Notable information, has a daughter named Daypro. Okay. According to the Central Government records, Daypro's mother, Syria 9, was involved with a cult called the Torch Salvation. So I plucked around the consulate center she ran. Turns out every single missing person is somehow connected to that place. For example, this guy, Miles Carter, turns out he was going there for counseling. Iris Monroe used to work there as a nurse. Not only that, that's enough. You don't have to spell everything out, if you say so. Anyway, here's the bottom line. Every one of the missing is tied to the Syria 9. Which brings us to the problem. She's part of a cult that worships raptures. So here's where the here's where the D wave is coming from. The first person to go missing, Miles Carter, vanished 2 weeks ago. Strangely enough, we picked up the D wave coming from the Outer Rim 2 weeks ago as well. Oh, interesting. Right at the mansion where the Torch of Salvation holds its gatherings. Well, yeah, it definitely makes sense, and it makes a lot more sense that the Resident Evil heroines are here because, you know, it's a cult, right? Okay, yeah, I mean, well, yeah, because Resident Evil 4, you deal with a cult. Resident Evil 5, you also deal with a, yeah, you do kind of deal with a cult in Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil Village, wait, it's a village? No, the one was, you also deal with a cult, I think, no. No, actually, no, it wasn't a cult. But I do know, like, at least a few of the Resident Evils have, like, cults to deal with. So it definitely makes sense, right? As I mentioned before. Something about this reeks, wouldn't you agree? But in missing persons cases, the D-Wave and the Torch of Salvation, there's a chance they're all connected? That's right. This mission's a lot more complex than the last. We've got to figure out why the D-Wave is being detected from the mansion. To get to the bottom of how it ties into the disappearances, verify the identities of what are missing, and on top of everything else, rescue them if possible. Naturally, if we uncover anything else felonious, on the Torch of Salvation where we're at it, we'll have to decide whether or not to eliminate them. Simple enough. So the Torch of Salvation's our target this time around, huh? That's what we're told. As usual, you and Dee will handle the infiltration. Just supposes the married couple who have been brainwashed by the cult and attend one of the gatherings. So that's where the killer wife comes in. What are you doing? I'll go solo again this time. I've got a bad feeling about something, so I want to look into it first. Alright, now that you've been briefed on the mission, start by memorizing what's written here. Dee tosses another stack of documents onto the table and turns back to the news broadcast. Once again, it seems she won't say another word until I've read through everything. This one's skimming through. It looks like this is the backstory for the couple we're supposed to play. I don't want me to memorize all of this. Hee, I'm off to handle some stuff. Let's give this a roll. In the name of justice. Alright, well, I didn't do case stories. This is the first time I actually like CK, right? I like in the story, right? Which is cool. They're husband and wife. Both of them come from the quotidian class and have been living a fairly uneventful life in Oregon. Annette works as a nurse. There's the wife. Killer D wife. Or D killer wife. On the other hand, her husband. Speaking of which, what ALS should I use this time? William, I believe you should be able to come up with something on your own. Sorry, go on. Her husband, William, is a researcher at a pharmaceutical company. Despite the couple's busy schedule, they never forget to shower each other with attention. Everyone around them speaks highly of how happy their marriage seems. You're home. You must have had a long day. Oh, here we go. Dee's really getting into the wife, into the wife character. I mean, it's not a character. She literally almost embodies it, pretty much. It's funny. Yeah, you too. You must have had a long, you must have had a long day yourself, darling. Not at all. Oh, what's that, honey? These, they're, the flowers are absolutely beautiful. Ah, right, the flowers. I saw a few on the way home, so I picked them up. Thank you. She loves nothing more than flowers from her husband. That part of the script never seems to change, no matter what role I play. Honey? Yeah, it's because I guess Dee loves flowers, right? That's why. Is that why? It's nothing. And one day, calamity befalls the couple. A medical accident occurs at William's pharmaceutical company. All the blame is pinned entirely on poor William. The couple suddenly becomes buried in debt, and their idyllic life collapses overnight. Despite this, Annette never blames William. Instead, it's alright, what happened wasn't your fault, honey. It's the world that's gone crazy. Don't worry. The judges will be sent from above to guide everyone toward end. That's so funny. D plays this character so well. Like it's hard to know whether D is like actually enjoying it or if she's like really good at acting. It's so interesting. But anyway. No, I guess the point is like D really does like to pretend, right? Because she actually likes like I guess D really wants this kind of life, so she really likes to pretend, right? And it's really funny. Anyways, they begin to blame the world for turning its back on them. Soon the couple becomes devoted to the torch of salvation. With their face deepened, the couple decide to attend a gathering purportedly being held at a certain mansion. Thus, they quietly head for the outer rim. They even bring a bouquet of flowers, hoping to be welcomed as initiated into faith. The residential area near the mansion is eerily quiet. It's rather unsettling. It's like there's no one around at all. Only pages filled with prayer script are scattered about. There's no sign of life anywhere. When Kay and I were digging around, this area was crawling with cultists. So what now, darling? That's great, the commander actually calls it darling. That's funny. Let's start by checking out there. I mean, this dress though is fucking insane on D, dude. It's like, Jesus, look how form-fitting it is. It's insane how well she looks in this dress. It's fucking nuts, dude. She looks amazing. Anyway, let's keep going. Enough about gushing about D. Given the situation, I think we can drop the act. Dee and I split up to look around. While there are signs someone was living here recently, the place itself is completely empty. The only thing worth noting is some sort of graffiti has been scrawled all over the walls. Is that an umbrella? How would someone draw something like that here? Does it mean anything? Well, you're gonna see soon, Commander. I stare at the umbrella graffiti for a while, but it offers no answers. I turn my head and see the mansion looming in the distance. From the moment I saw it, the mansion felt like it didn't belong in the outer rim. What's a perfectly intact mansion like this doing in the outer rim, you ask? Beats me. A strange rumor has been spreading in the outer rim. Locals warn others not to go near the mansion. Stay far away from the mansion unless you want misfortune to come your way. Maybe that's why it's still so intact? This place gives me the creeps. Ugh. Maybe I should head to where Dee is. I'm pretty sure I saw her heading that way earlier. Dee, you here? Huh? Sorry. I didn't realize you were changing. Hey yo. I'm slipping into something that'll be easier to move around in. No point in pretending that we're a couple at this point. So did you see anything? I noticed some strange graffiti drawn all over the place. But other than that, nothing unusual. Nothing out of the ordinary. That makes this even more suspicious. I hear a door open behind me. Dee has changed back into her usual outfit. Doesn't look like there's anything else to learn here. Let's head to the mansion. With any luck, we might find some sort of lead there. Where are you located? Hey, it's Ada. Let's go. Keep up your end of the bargain. And I'll do the same. Let's go. Here are the Resident Evil girls. The mansion is heavily guarded. There's no way to sneak in. The only way we can get inside without causing a scene is by reciting this prayer to prove we're believers. Memorize all of this from top to bottom. Don't even think about complaining. I spent the whole night memorizing everything just as Dee had told me. Unfortunately, I never got to use what I memorized. Contrary to what Dee told me previously, getting into the mansion ended up being extremely easy. Especially since there wasn't even any security. Much like the residential district, the mansion is deserted. Aside from the ominous creaking of the floorboards under my feet, absolutely nothing else could be heard. Looks like this place is empty too. Kane and I scoped out the mansion's surroundings only 2 days ago. What the heck happened between then and now? Did they catch wind of us snooping around? Hey, Dee. If that was so... Dee? It seems that whatever I'm saying now is not getting through to Dee. I leave Dee to her thoughts and start surveying the lobby. In the center of the lobby, I step carefully past the shattered chandelier and spot a half-destroyed statue of a goddess. Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure. The moment I approach the creepy statue, I notice a long trail of red stains stretched. Dee, you might want to see this. The trail of blood leads straight into the dining room. Yeah, I think you can see it over here on the side. What a mess. You can say that again. The dining room is in complete disarray, with rotten fruit scattered everywhere. Yet the foul stench lingering in the air was not coming from spoiled food. It was coming from somewhere else instead. I'll go check it out on my own. No, let's go together. The blood trail winds past the dining table, stopping at a shelf in the corner. And at the end of the trail, There's a corpse. The body has been horribly mangled. The blood hasn't even dried yet. It's clear this just happened. What in the world's going on here? Suddenly, I feel something cold pressing to my back. Lower your weapon. It's best you don't do anything foolish. That is, if you want to keep him alive. Identify yourself. FBI? But I suppose you wouldn't know what that is. Sorry, but who I am is classified. Here's your friendly tip, though. Stop asking questions and get out of here while you still can. It's Ada. I fucking queries this blind woman. She can't see for shit. Miranda, are you alright? Huh? Yes, of course. I was just doing my usual firearms check. At this hour, the workday's over. The ACPU works for our citizens around the clock. How was that? Did it sound cool? Not really. I don't think that's something you should be saying in this situation. Is that so? Cherish your gun like you would a loved one. What about that? This doesn't quite fit the situation either. Oh, really? Then, darn, this isn't good. I'm officially out of excuses. Hang on. You're not planning on waiting until I'm off duty to hand this out of rim, are you? She hiccups. She got her. Boss already told us, since there's no way HQ is ever going to authorize an investigation, we've been told to stand by for now. But you're still investigating, aren't you, Query? Well... Query quickly shuts the file folder she's carrying. The document she was reading is labeled Case Number 9. I can't sit by and do nothing. I'm sorry, but I have to head out to the outer room and find Polly. What will be the fine orders? Fine by me. I've gotten used to filling out this disciplinary reports. 10 pages. I mean, 6 pages. No, 3 pages. I could fill it out in my sleep. I think we'd be in for more than just a disciplinary report. Ooh, even better. Then I won't have to write one at all. No, what I'm saying is... Besides, Polly would have done the same for us. Query turns to the whiteboard placed in the corner of the police station. Her vision is too blurry to make out what's written on it. But the photo of Polly, pinned in the center of the board, stood out perfectly clear to her. Alright, I'm off. Miranda. Yes? I'm coming with you. Alright, so Miranda and Query actually get moving. So what's the first course of action? You're asking me? It's just you and me, so who else would I be asking? And no more jumping out of the shadows like last time, okay? It just scares me to death when you do. So what you telling me she came out here without a plan? Well, this is where Polly's signal was last detected. Why do we start by searching around this area? Also, is it just me, or does this place feel kinda creepy? There isn't a soul around. Hey, do you see that? There's a mansion over there. Let's check it out. Of course, Miranda just goes and checks out the mansion. This is the ACPU. We're coming in. Miranda yanks open her front doors and strides confidently through. We really shouldn't be barging in like this, Miranda. My Query's scared. Rightly so. She actually has good instincts. As the front door opened, the courtyard came into view. What's that? In Query's hazy field of vision, 3 furry shapes appear. Polly? Huh? That's not Polly! Run! Oh shit. What? Three dogs launch towards and the eyes glow a sinister red, as if infected by something. Where did they come from? Oh shit. This is the largest one opens its jaws. Two women appear from behind. Joe and Claire, let's go. One of them fires a launcher through there, causing the dogs to flee into the distance. You okay? Thanks a bunch. But who are you? She'd be asking you the same thing. Yo, Joe looks great. What the hell is this place? Who are you people? Joe and Claire, let's go. Hold on. Still got a ways to go. Hold the door, we gotta keep them out. Okay. Damn, I'm in the mansion? Am I having a nightmare? Ow. Don't worry. I just pinched my cheek and it definitely hurt. This means that this is no nightmare. If you're still not convinced, I could pinch your cheek too if you like. So thoughtful, I'm hearing up. You're most welcome. Joe just can't believe what she just heard. It's funny. Let me save the banter for later. Man, those dogs are nuts. Oh, what's this? Oh, just some alarm I had. Violently shaking door finally stops. Phew. I think they're all gone now. I just had the gunfire scare them off, but they brought friends instead. If we'd arrived any later, things could have been a disaster. Yeah, that was too close for comfort. Anyway, now that things have calmed down, let's get some proper introductions going. Hold on, let me see here. Okay. I'm Claire Redfield. I'm query from ACPU. Thanks for your help. And this here is I'm Miranda, also with the ACPU. The ACPU? That's right. We're the police safeguarding citizen safety. That's what the ACPU does. So you're both police officers? Then, have you heard of a man called Chris? He's my brother. He works for the Raccoon City Police Department. I haven't been able to reach him, so I've been looking for him. The Raccoon City Police Department? I'm not too sure. Have you heard of that query? No, this is my first time hearing about this department. And he goes for this man, Chris. I see. It's a pity. I guess that leaves my introduction. When it comes to Joe, all I remember is like Joe and like Marvel vs. Capcom and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. She just what's that quote she says? She's like oh, like I'm a member of Star Wars or something like that. That's like all I remember. It's funny. And you are name's Jill. Jill Valentine. Claire and Jill. Got it. Can I ask how exactly you two ended up here? Well, I realize how crazy this probably sounds, but I'm curious about that myself. Well, I was in a chopper, getting evacuated from Raccoon City when everything went blurry. Next thing I knew, I was here. You too? I was trying to escape Raccoon City when everything started going blurry too. Before I knew it, I saw the two of them getting attacked. I just reacted and sprang to action. But then what happened to us? Yeah, so all of a sudden they were transported. So there's something's up. Neither of you have heard of the Ark or the Outer Rim? And you've never heard of NIKKEs or Raptures either? Nope. Not on our end. We've never heard of this Raccoon City you say you escaped from, and it's the first time we've heard of Stars, the unit Jill belongs to. This is bizarre. It feels like I'm in a dream. A dream, you say? The offer to pinch your cheek is still open. Thanks, but no thanks. Alright, if you change your mind, just say the word. Sure thing. Actually, there's one more thing. If you've never heard of Raccoon City, I'm guessing Umbrella Corporation doesn't ring a bell either. Umbrella? I figured as much. Those dogs you were attacked by seem to be infected by a virus. That made me think Umbrella might be up to no good here as well. It's impossible to say for certain. But one thing's clear, something's definitely going on. So, Kuri and Miranda, what brings you to this mansion? I doubt a pair of cops would be coming to an old mansion like this just for a social call. Is this related to a case? Ah, well... Yep, that's right. We were here to find a colleague of ours who's gone missing. Her name's Polly. A missing colleague? Yeah, she was conducting an investigation and went missing around this area. We were both free to go. But with Polly's disappearance, and those dogs from earlier, I'd say it's rather dangerous, so we can escort you somewhere safer. You said Raccoon City, right? I'll check with my boss about this place, so don't you worry. What about you two? We still need to find Polly. You can't even handle those dogs earlier. That's because it's fine. We'll stay and help you look for your friend, Polly. Besides, by investigating this mansion, we might find out how we ended up here. There's gotta be a connection. Makes sense to me. This place is dangerous, we should stick together. I appreciate your help. But, I mean, it's interesting. You know, I do find interesting that there are two NIKKEs who couldn't handle those dogs. They're NIKKEs, okay? These are NIKKEs. So the NIKKEs are supposed to be more powerful than humans, right? And Jill and Claire are just humans. So I wonder what... oh, I mean, Kuri and Miranda probably aren't like, you know, maybe they're not powerful NIKKEs, I guess. But who knows? Anyways. I have no idea how we wound up here, so but why don't we kick off investigation from here? First off, it looks like we're in the annex. It says so here in the emergency exit map. Miranda points to a bulletin board on the wall. On the bulletin board, there's an emergency exit map as well as looks like this annex was just a dorm. A dorm schedule? What kind of screwed up rule is that? What did it mean but ignore any child who called for help? A list of dorm rules and regulations. And isn't this? A notice stamp with an umbrella-shaped logo was posted up. Informed consent form for clinical trial. It's Umbrella Corps. Well, I appreciate the free advice. The fact that you're telling me to stop asking questions and leave tells me you know something about what's going on here. Who knows? What do you think? I feel a gun barrel pressed against the back of my neck. Whether you know or not, I just hope you're on our side. Sure, I'm on your side. As long as you turn around and walk out of this mansion without a fuss. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty serious, of course. Not really surprised. So, what's it gonna be? I stare at the corpse. The upper half has been savagely torn apart. No gun or blade could have caused that. Which means something other than this woman was responsible. Something like a savage beast, maybe a wolf of some kind. Or something like that Rapture I just saw climbing through the window. Wait, Rapture? Huh. Am I the only one who saw that? Not even thinking distracted me with strange comments. Gunfire? This way. Oof. As if on cue, Dee grabs me by the collar and raises her axe to the woman's throat. You okay? Thanks for that. My neck's a little sore though. Lower your weapon. Don't do anything foolish. You're pretty good. But are you really bringing an axe to a gun party? Want to see who's faster? Even with the axe blade resting against her throat, the woman remains utterly unperturbed. Instead, she merely flashes a calm and confident smile. It's the same for Dee. Even with the gun pointing at her head, she remains as composed as ever. At this rate, wait! Hey! That's me, my name. I'm here to investigate a missing persons case. I have reason to believe the Torch of Salvation might be involved. Missing persons case? What about it? I don't know why you're here, but we could be after the same thing here. Maybe we can. Glass shatters as something bursts through the window. On one rapture like is the upper body of a mass-produced NIKKE, fused to some thing. What the hell is that? I've about had it with these interruptions. Follow me. Don't even think about using that gun. Unless you want more of these things showing up. The mystery woman disappears into the lobby. Dee! Let's follow her. God. Dot 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 dot. God. Dot dot. The sound fades away. We fled from the creature, making it up to the second floor of the mansion. Perhaps the stairs are too narrow, as it doesn't seem able to follow us up here. What is that? A monstrous fusion of a rapture and mass-produced NIKKE. Even on the glance, it's clear the two were forcefully stitched together. The hellish appearance of that thing was nightmare fuel. Suddenly, the woman reaches her hand out to me. What do you think you're doing? The woman ignores the axe pointing at her and gently brushes my back. I'm simply trying to pat him on the back. See? I don't have my weapon in hand. With a calm smile, he raises both hands slightly. That's interesting. I don't what. But Ada's quite the character. Name's Ada. I got out of Raccoon City, but then everything went blurry. Next thing I know, this mansion appears. I was investigating the area. Raccoon City? You haven't given me your name, by the way. It's D. That's it? Just D? Yes. D puts the axe away. Okay, fair enough. D. Easy to pronounce, I suppose. But honestly, let's just think your story has holes in it. You say everything went blurry and then this mansion appears before you? What does that even mean? I'm telling you, that's exactly what happened. My vision blurred, and this mansion just appeared. So you're saying, how many times I need to say it? My vision blurred and then Ada. So you either have no clear memory of this. You either have no clear memory of the circumstances that led you to this mansion, or you essentially blacked out and find yourself here, almost as if you've been teleported. Is that how you feel? Both explanations pretty much sum up how I feel. How did you know that? I knew it. She's a human from another world, brought here by the D-Wave. I have a few guesses as to what happened to you. I explained to Ada what the D-Wave is in detail. So what you're saying is, Something called a D-wave swept me up and dropped me into another world. And if I want to go back, we need to wake up something called the Gatekeeper. Like, about covers it, yeah. Are you even allowed to share all this information with me? What if I'm playing you in order to get intel? You're even quick to reveal your name and intentions. Aren't you being way too kind? Or are you just that naive? What if I'm the enemy? If you meant to kill me, you would have done that the moment we met. What if I'm just gathering intel while your guard's down and plan to kill you after? He has my back. She'll figure something out. Figure something out? You must really trust her if you're willing to bet your life like that. You seem awfully calm about this, don't you think? You've been teleported to a strange world and just saw a nightmare's monster, you didn't even flinch. Hehe. You're not wrong. Let's just say we're both a bit odd then. At any rate, this clearly isn't a world that I know. Correct. Then, why is there evidence of the Umbrella Corporation here too? Ada points to the distance. In a space littered with long benches, an altar with a rapture core resting atop it stands at the far end. And, strewn across the altar, sheets of paper marked with an umbrella symbol. That is a really good point though. Why is umbrella in the NIKKE world? No, well, yeah, it's true though. No, but no, but they did mention that the D-wave happened 2 weeks ago, when the first guy who began the entire case went missing, right? So obviously Umbrella was transported first through the D-wave. So I guess that's what happened, right? E-Virus Experiment Report. Top secret. Those are the words written at the top of the paper Ada is holding. Ada's face darkens as she reads through the document. The umbrella symbol on that piece of paper. You seem to recognize it. What's this Umbrella Corporation you mentioned? The T-Virus. And the G-Virus. Viruses? They're the names of viruses that spread throughout my world. The same viruses that drove Raccoon City towards utter destruction. What kind of virus would cause something like that? Put simply, the viruses that can rewrite the genetic structure of living beings. They reduce intelligence and induce aggression. Those infected turn into mere living corpses. On top of that, their physical abilities are greatly enhanced. And Umbrella is the one who made these viruses? Yes. Umbrella uses the viruses for bioweapon development. Like that creature we saw on the first floor. A creature that seemed like a fusion between a rapture and a mass-produced NIKKE. Wait, don't tell me the situation is worse than I thought. Ada hands me another piece of paper. A short paragraph is scrawled across the top in red ink. He who imbibes the holy elixir of the judge shall shed the flesh of the sinner and be reborn as great being. Ah, so they must give the cult viruses and then they turn into freaks, into fucking whatever they turn into. Pain is but a prelude to transformation, and death that go from rebirth. Fear not. Neo-virus development complete. Whoa, Neo-virus? Uh-oh. Yikes. That sounds worse than anything in Resident Evil. Lead the foolish humans inside Ark to the end. Fuck. Yep, that's definitely, fucked. Just as I thought, the virus was developed here. And now, what happened in Raccoon City is about to happen here as well. I'm reporting this to the higher-ups. We have to seal off the outer room immediately, or else there's a chance the virus could spread. And if needed, we'll mobilize a Blaze Out squad. Blaze Out? Think of them as the Ark's epidemic countermeasure squad. Without another word, Dee moves to the far corner of the room. She appears to be attempting to establish radio contact. My head is spinning with all the new information I've been bombarded with. So, now that your girlfriend's out of earshot, would you mind having a little chat the two of us? About what? I'll give you whatever intel you need. But if you find the person who developed the neurovirus, hand over custody of them to me. That's all I'm asking for in exchange for my cooperation. You want me to just hand over the developer to you? You don't need to worry. I won't harm them. So what's your answer? That info better be worth something. I'll take that as a yes. Ada reaches into her coat and pulls out an old, worn notebook. What's that? Some quality reading material you should check out. It's the cult leader's journal. Open it carefully, revealing the following text inside. Death is not the end. Death is purification. The purification of this world begins with death. The merciless judge descends. I'm almost done. Informed consent form from clinical trial. 1. Goal. To identify those worthy of salvation on the day of judgment. 2. Procedure. Participants shall receive the holy elixir of the judge through a purification ritual. The ritual will span 7 days and cannot be halted or abandoned midway. During this period, bodily reactions and transformations will be observed to determine the subject's eligibility for salvation. 3. Possible phenomenal side effects. High fever, vomiting, dizziness, visual and auditory hallucinations, temporary or permanent bodily limitations. All phenomena are deemed divine trials and cannot be deified by modern intervention. I hereby acknowledge that I have clearly understood the information stated above and give my voluntary consent to participate in this trial. You gotta be fucking insane to participate in this. Well, of course, because you're in the fucking cult, right? So of course, anyone in a cult's gonna be insane enough to do this, right? I humbly accept all outcomes arising during the process as the will of the divine. Signed by Miranda. Date. What day is it today? Forget the date. There were questions. Why are you signing that? Oh, because the signature was left blank. Miranda, please, for the love of God. Such a dummy. Huh? How about that? Miranda often forgets to sign her patrol logs, so Polly hammered it in her head to sign her name to the signature field was blank. Yep, Polly taught me that. Hold on, Polly? There's no time for this. We've got to find Polly. Okay, so Miranda signed it by instinct. That's funny. God damn, Miranda. Resuming investigation. Miranda rushes into the annex. Despite how she is, I can assure you she's a capable officer. Should we head in as well? Hold on a second. Something I need to check. Joe, look at this symbol. It's umbrellas, isn't it? First that infected dog attack, and now this. Not to mention the contents of the consent form. It seems like... Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it seems to me that umbrella's behind it somehow. If it's something that results in physical mutations, then this holy elixir of the judge might be another virus developed by them. So Umbrella even has their filthy tendrils in this place. Sorry to interrupt, but you keep mentioning this Umbrella Corporation. Would you mind explaining exactly what it is? If there's any chance it's connected to Paul's disappearance, I should know about it. Umbrella presents itself as a pharmaceutical company, but in reality, they repeatedly carry out illegal human experiments. They develop a virus that alters the human body and induces madness. What was that? I think it came from deep inside the annex. We'll go check it out. I'll inform you if something comes up. Curry, you and Claire stay here. In the deep recesses of the annex is a storeroom. It is cluttered with miscellaneous junk in each corner of the room. The statue has been oddly placed. Meanwhile, middle of the room, Miranda lies half buried beneath a pile of books. Sorry, guys. It appears to have been a botched attempt to reach a book on the top shelf. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What happened? There was something tucked in this book, so I tried pulling it out and ended up falling over. I guess this was what I was trying to get. Miranda hands Joe a worn-out note. The note reads, "The prophet greets the judge. Merciless judge punishes the sinner. The sinner kneels beneath the false goddess. The false goddess stares down at the prophet in silence. The deceitful gaze invites ruin. Only the true gaze shall open the path." It's like some kind of riddle. Why didn't you say you found this? Hold on, you see that, Joe? There's a lever beneath the statue. I'll try pulling it. Wait, it could be trapped. Miranda pulls the lever beneath the statue of the goddess of victory toward the left. The statue turns and faces the statue to its left. Whoa, the statue moved. This lever must control the statue somehow. Hold on a minute. The statue of the goddess of victory. A statue of a hooded disciple. A statue of a menacing rapture. A statue of an ordinary man and woman. Each statue had a lever beneath it. All the statues can be rotated. Maybe the direction of the statue is facing is connected to this riddle you found. Yeah. That's funny. So now they have the typical Resident Evil puzzle. That's so funny. That's hilarious. I didn't move an inch. I moved on its own. I'm at the ceiling. The ceiling? The ceiling begins to cave in. The deceitful gaze invites ruin. The statue of the goddess faces the statue of the ordinary man or woman. Richard are trapped by turning the statue the wrong way. Miranda, quick, pull the lever the other way. Turn it to face the disciple statue. You got it. Miranda pulls the lever of the statue of the goddess of victory to the right. The goddess statue rotates to face the statue on its right. As the goddess looks upon the disciple's statue, the ceiling halts its descent. Ooh, we almost ended up being sandwiches. Very funny. That lever you pulled last made the ceiling stop. Does that mean that this is the true gaze? Then the disciple statue must represent the prophet. If the goddess statue represents the false goddess, then that leaves the judge and the sinner. Typically, the sin is represented by humans. What should we do now, Jill? The prophet greets the judge. Miranda, could you flip the lever in front of the disciple statue and make it face the statue with the four-legged machine? And then next, wait, which one? Disciple statue making it face the statue with the four-legged machine. And next, Miranda manipulates the levers according to Joe's instructions. Thus, the statue of the disciple faces the statue of the rapture. The statue of the rapture faces the statue of the man and woman. The statue of the man and woman faces the goddess statue, and the goddess statue in turn faces the disciple statue. Is it done? Yes, for now. So I'm not entirely sure if this is the true gaze. Oh man, the last thing I want is to get squashed with a silly and turn into a sandwich. You and me both. You hear that? I'm pretty sure it came from near the bookshelf. The bookshelf begins to slowly slide to the side. Soon, a hidden passage will reveal behind it, of course. In typical Resident Evil fashion. That's funny. At the end of the secret passage, a tense and alert Miranda and Jill come upon a laboratory. Unlike the mansion's decrepit exterior, the lab is equipped with surprisingly modern equipment. However, oh my, corpses strewn throughout, make it clear that the research being conducted here was far from ordinary. All these bodies. Scattered oversized incubation tubes fill the room, from which various corpses with some naturally developed muscles protrude. All the bodies are completely torn to shreds. Jesus Christ. Jill averts her eyes from the horrifying sight. An area lined with multiple computer terminals. Documents bearing Umbilical Bridge's logo are scattered everywhere. Damn it. Even here. Miranda, we gotta survive over here. Lead us. What did you say? Joe brought her ear closer to the researcher, collapsed on the ground. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist thy few will human strength. The end is nigh. God, guide these foolish mortals to the reckoning. The end, these foolish mortals, distortion of all things sacred, throwing the world into turmoil. The end is nigh. Do not resist, merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist. God, guide us. Our reckoning. The researcher collapses, blood gushing from his mouth. A gaping hole has been torn through the center of his torso. Oof, ouch. It's as if something has forced its way out from within. Yikes. So, that's how things unfolded in Raccoon City. All because of a virus. An entire city was wiped. Family, friends, loved ones, all gone. Vanished. Anyway, we can't let the same thing happen here. We need to investigate this area, leave no stone unturned. I'm also worried about your colleague who went missing. It seems Miranda and Jill went all the way inside. Why don't we start a search there? Okay, let's do that. And Query can't even see. Query's fucking blind. What is she gonna find out? After that, Claire and Query begin checking in nearby rooms one by one. The pair discovers, when they arrive at the third room, under the bed lies a weathered notebook. When Claire picks it up, a single photograph falls out. Seems to be a photo of a mother and daughter. They seem to have had a close relationship. Haven't probably seen it. Wants to take a closer look. Claire holds the photo closer to Query. The faded faces of mother and daughter begin to come into focus. It's a Syrian 9 and the day part of case number 8. Day part. We run evil. Continued. To be continued. Alright, finish story 1. Here we go. Oh, actually, wait, not yet. This is a bit extra here. Perilous Siege Safe House. I knew something felt off. Mission code 41 declassified. The Ark and a proposal for humanity's salvation. Within the Insular Society of the Ark, the activities of Perilous Siege proved remarkably effective. All traces of evil within the Ark were soon eradicated. However, evil is the darker side of the coin, which must exist for justice to persist. Therefore, a proposal to maintain justice and oversee Perilous Siege has been drafted. The following is the tentative proposal. 2. Formation of pro-rapture radical group. Public awareness of raptures continues to decline. And the attached survey suggested this is due to the fact that ordinary citizens probably encounter raptures personally. Therefore, pro-rapture radical groups are to receive clandestine support. Wait, what the fuck? This is intended to foment hostility towards raptures among the general public. So, he has a hand in this too? Yo, that's legit some fucking psyop activities, dude. That's crazy. Formation of pro-rapture radical group. That's crazy. X. Yo. Okay, the story is pretty interesting actually. But anyways, alright guys, I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Yeah, the story. I mean, the story is definitely interesting because there's like a lot of intrigue and a lot of like. I mean, you know, it's like a lot of stuff going on, but like, I mean, well, there's a lot of stuff explained, right? But we don't, you know, we don't know how it all comes together yet, right? Until story 2, I'm assuming. So yeah, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to story 2 now. It's pretty interesting. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Take care. Peace. Till next time.